We got breaking news. We got breaking news, and I don't know if you saw it, but came over the wire that Bill Belichick, eight-time Super Bowl has rings, 2 with the Giants. Did he get 6 with the Patriots? Am I counting right?
Yeah.
Is not going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, one of the greatest coaches of the modern era. Who? Bill Belichick?
You know what? He was denied.
Who, me?
No, him. Belichick. Yeah, no, me. No, you know what? It's funny. It stole my thunder. I just saw that a few minutes ago. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, well, Mikey Schefter, credit to Mikey Schefter breaking that news. But yeah, it came across the wire. He is not a first ballot Hall of Famer. I don't know. I mean, obviously, welcome to everyone to the channel and welcome for coming in as you guys are starting to stroll in. Hit that like, subscribe, and share. We definitely appreciate it. Approaching 5,400 subscribers. We've been gaining at a record pace for the Cowboys Cave. I think we're like 680 new subscribers in the past month. But, I mean, we got a lot to talk about. This was kind of, and we'll get into other stuff. But, I mean, what's the first thing that comes across your mind when you're seeing Bill Belichick not a first ballot Hall of Famer? I mean, am I missing something? Is there some scandal going on that we don't know about?
Dude, I got no love lost for this guy. I don't like him, but at the end of the day, he deserves it. And I don't know, like, obviously he's not well liked with the voters, because I'm shocked, actually. Shocked.
It's really, really, really surprising. I don't know. I thought, well, maybe it's a joke, because I said, well, nothing has come out yet. Oh, there we go. The chat, for some reason,
I know, I was worried. Like, damn,
the chat got delayed. I apologize. I don't know. StreamYard's been doing that kind of weird. Things have been getting delayed for some reason. I had that happen a little bit on Sunday, but yeah, I don't know. It could be the young girlfriend. Maybe there's thought that there could be scandal. Well, Brady, I mean, I give Brady credit for the Buccaneers, of course, but you can't deny Bill Belichick and what he did with the Patriots. And a lot of those Super Bowls that Brady won, especially early on, was really a defensive team. And it was built on their defense. But I was shocked. I mean,
yes,
you're talking about one of the best coaches of the era, defensive genius under Bill Parcells. I don't know. Don't have much to say on it. But Darren Woodson ain't in the Hall of Fame, so maybe it's just due.
Well, it's like Count Christo and Steve are saying maybe some of it is because of the whole cheating thing. And I don't know, Edgar saying maybe, like you said, the young girlfriend. I mean, at the end of the day, that's why some of this crap's a popularity contest.
Yeah, but Deflategate and Spygate, I mean, Brady's going to get in there. I mean, he'll be a first ballot Hall of Fame, right? There's no way in hell that he's not. Coaches are always, it's a little funky with coaches. Sometimes I'm just trying to think back to coaches that were first ballot Hall of Famers. I'm not 100% sure. This all happened quickly, so I'd have to do the research, but I'm not sure. But it's crazy.
Yeah, it is. I mean, so you know what? Maybe they're punishing him for, like I said, they don't like him, or the Deflategate, or the young chip he's got on his arm. But maybe they're just punishing him, and he'll be around the next round, because it is no reason. And again, I have no love lost for this guy. I don't like him. Look what happened in the Super Bowl against us. I don't like him.
No,
so he deserved that.
Yeah, no, it's kind of weird. It looks like we got a lot of new people in the chat too. I see some from Dallas Sports. We're going to get into that, definitely over the offseason. But I would say, could America's team, beloved America's team, get back to the Super Bowl before 28 or 30? Geez, man. I mean, I don't know. You're getting close to the upper room. Maybe, I might be getting there too. I'd hope to see a Super Bowl before that happens. I think the Cowboys, and we'll get into it, I think they're building it the right way. Finally, maybe, I guess, truth will tell later on. We'll definitely get into that. But yeah, a lot of people, what did that say, Jimmy? What
did said a lot of people bought on this stuff are the ones who are in the media who maybe feel like he was a jerk.
That does happen. I mean, there's a lot of, think of baseball players and football players who did not get into the Hall of Fame because they weren't liked, which to me should have nothing to do with it.
And look, Ultra's got to hurt my feelings. I already said I was pissed off, and now you got to hurt my feelings and pile on.
He's got to look bad. So Yeah. Go ahead. Finish it up, Jimmy. Then we'll move on to some topics.
So, no, I mean, as far as the Belichick thing, look, it is what it is. More importantly, we got to say for our own star here in the cave, G-Reg, it's his birthday.
It is. Well, happy birthday, G-Reg.
Happy birthday to you. Well, that's what the social media does.
And I want to get this on record because I did give credit to Jimmy. And our man, George Teague, Jimmy looks through the archives and found one of our good friends of the show, a good friend of mine and ours, George Teague, defender of the Star, was repping NWO back in the day. And I don't know if he forgot about it too, but man, he has posted it on his Instagram. He's posted it on Facebook, and it is blowing up all over social media.
Yes.
So I want to make sure, Jimmy, you get the credit for doing the research, finding that, cutting the clip, sending it out. It actually has gone viral for George Teague. Good social media platforms. So definitely credit to you.
No, I was all hype. I'm like, this is great, and it brings you back to the days where NWO sold out. And actually, I ended up watching the whole damn show.
Yeah, I remember it. I mean, I remember that, but I forgot. Like, I remember Nate Noon, but I didn't remember George Teague. Shame on me. I remember Donaldson. But yeah, Hogan was the best, and rest in peace. I mean, thankfully we got to see him a few times, got to meet him a few times, so it definitely was cool. And but
you forgot all about NWO sold out.
I know. It's terrible. But I see Uncle Cheech in the background. But before we kind of get started, we're gonna jump in a few topics. But I hadn't talked to Jimmy. You want to get caught up with our man Jimmy? Yeah, it's. People say it's cold here. It's cold here in Florida. And people say, Mike, you're in your house. I said, anyone who knows me, I'm too cheap. I don't put on the heat. Ain't no heat. We're not doing any of that stuff. So I tell my wife, I tell my kid, you bundle up. So I broke out the puffer jacket, and I'm staying nice and warm in here, a little toasty until I get my pajamas on, the long johns with my slippers and everything else. And get comfortable before I go to sleep,
Well, and so it's funny. And so obviously it's winter, it's cold, but man, it's been like Alaska around here. It's been really cold. We got this 2 feet of snow the other day, and I like it. I have a good time, in the snow in the winter, and I love it. But this is no joke this year. And this is the first time I've done this, doing the cave. I got the space heater on over here. And I don't normally do that.
That's tough for Jimmy.
Yes,
Jimmy loves the cold.
Now, in fairness, I'm wearing shorts on underneath here, right?
All right. Well, so, I got pants on. I got the jacket. I was working, so I really just got back from work. It was 40, but I know April's 20 where you're at. But it was in the 40s here. That's cold.
We're not going to see above 0 in the mornings for like a week, and during the day it's like 15, 20. Like I said, this ain't normal for our area. This is well below normal. I mean, look, and I sleep naked. So this poses a problem.
That's a little more information than we want to know.
That poses a problem for me. I need to have extra.
All I know is this is below me and my wife's standards. You understand what I'm saying? I need to be like my man Ultra. I used to work in Puerto Rico. That's what I'd be in Puerto Rico right now if I still worked in that area. 85 degrees. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, you know what? I'm telling you, when I jumped on, because like you guys know, we've talked about it. We don't rehearse it. I jump on. Well, I sign on about an hour beforehand to make sure everything's working, so I don't get screwed like a few times in the past, right? Yeah. And then I jump on with maybe a minute to go, and it's, hey, how you doing? I'm like, Mike Tag, what the hell are you wearing?
Yeah, no. Well, I'm staying warm. I got to stay warm, stay all right. But Jimmy, we're gonna get in. I don't want to. I look, Uncle Cheech has got a look on his face. I'm worried that we might get in trouble. So we're gonna run to Uncle Cheech real quick, just kind of get his thoughts on the games and on everything that's kind of been going on in football. We're not gonna get too deep in the Super Bowl. We will touch on it. We're gonna save that for next week when Uncle Cheech is here. Let me move some stuff around. We got to get Uncle Cheech, but we're getting towards the end of the season, and we're gonna miss Uncle Cheech. He kind of goes on hiatus and gets in vacation mode. But Uncle Cheech, I got to be honest with you. I listened to you with the Broncos. I did not listen to you with Seattle. I just had a feeling Seattle was going to win, so I double dipped that this last weekend. Did well. What did you think of the games, and how did you make
hello, darling. Who's that, April?
Oh, that's April. That's April. Great, loyal member to the Cowboys cave. Say hello to April, Uncle Cheech.
I did. Hello, darling.
Gotta keep your eye on Uncle Cheech.
Exactly. Like Ultra says, he's going to be in that jacuzzi. No, he just got out of the jacuzzi.
They probably did. So what? Give us your observations of the game. I don't know if you. A lot of people said the Broncos game is a little questionable. Some stuff. They said there was no way the NFL was going to put a backup quarterback in the Super Bowl. There was a very questionable backward pass. I thought the defender tipped it, which made it go backwards. So I don't know the rule book. Maybe someone can correct me, but that would be a forward pass that he tipped backwards, the defender. But what do you say, Uncle Cheech? Do we need to do a full-scale investigation, or do they win fair and square?
Really doesn't matter now.
No, I don't.
But, yeah, I kind of agree with you on that. But Patriots, it was only a one-half football game, so they happened to catch the lead, and that's where it stayed. Neither team did anything in the second half.
No.
They couldn't. Looked like a blizzard.
Well, I got to ask you this, Jimmy, and then ask Uncle Cheech. And it's no disrespect to New England. Shoot, you got to win these games, and it takes luck. It takes this. So I'm not being a hater on them. But is this probably the worst team to make the Super Bowl since maybe the Bears with Rex Grossman, or dare I say the '85 New England Patriots?
No, I think since the Rex Grossman, this is I'm telling you, this is a boring ass Super Bowl. I'm sorry. And hopefully Seattle kicks their ass all over the place, but it's boring.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys think. I'm like,
it's not a game I'm into, but no. Uncle Cheech, what's your thoughts on New England? I mean, just a surprise.
I'm looking forward to the game. What are they, 5.5? It was the last time I checked. Is that what it still is?
5.5, which surprises me.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be more.
I know.
But, as soon as the Rams, he muffed that punt, I knew the race was run.
Yeah.
He muffed the punt, and they scored because the points weren't easy to come by with that defense and stuff. I mean, they both fought hard-fought game. The one that made a mistake is the one that lost. So,
yeah.
That's the way I look at it.
And Rick, I was screaming at the TV.
I don't agree with you.
I agree with Rick. I would have taken the points of 2 possessions with your defense, and especially if they had any inclination that weather was going to go south, you take all the points you can get early because, as you saw, they weren't going to get there. What do you think, Jim?
He's a veteran coach who made an amateur mistake.
Yeah, I don't think I would have went for it too.
April
was early in the game. It was only the second or third drive that they had. They wanted to try to put them away early. But, hey, it didn't make it, and then the blizzard came.
Yeah.
Act of God. What are you going to do?
That's right.
Well, and we got great comments in the chat. Steve, Darnold or May is going to win this, be a Super Bowl champion. And this just cements a lot of what we've talked about. It's a team game. I mean, you can sit there and say, well, Josh Allen never won a Super Bowl. Dak Prescott hadn't gotten a Super Bowl. It takes a team. It's a team effort. I say, and I'm not a Dolphin fan. I wasn't a Dolphin fan growing up, but I lived in South Florida. Dan Marino was probably one of the greatest quarterbacks. I mean, the quarterbacks of the next generation still talk about Dan Marino, look up to Dan Marino, and he never won a Super Bowl. Don't tell me he wasn't a great quarterback. I mean, it takes a team.
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
it does.
Sure.
Yeah.
He never really had to run a game.
No.
It's going to be, I don't know if they're going to get bombed, or I think it might end up being an interesting game. Who knows?
They've been a turnover machine, though. The Patriots have, I mean, Drake May in the playoffs this year, 6 fumbles. I think it's 4 interceptions. Is it 4 interceptions maybe, or 3 interceptions, something like that? I mean, he's turned the ball over a lot. And if that's the recipe against Seattle's defense, good luck.
Oh, well, then they don't have a prayer. You can't turn the ball over. Rams saw what happened when they turned the ball over. I think they would have won the game if that didn't happen. They were coming on, and then they just ran out of time. But once they got the lead, It's hard for them to get them back, to get them points up. They got a good defense. Well, I'm not taking anything away from Seattle. They got a real good team, real good defense.
Well, and they got Tank Lawrence, Jimmy.
Yes, they have Tank. Yeah, he called it, man. You got to give him credit. He called it before the season.
Yeah, Jimmy, you're more like me. You're more NFC, so you probably see more Seattle. We don't really get a chance. I didn't see New England. I didn't watch one game. Barely watched the playoff. They put me to sleep a couple of their games. But I mean, do you think New England stands a chance to? I mean, everyone has a chance, I guess. But I mean, how optimistic do you think New England could be to go to win this Super Bowl? It's going to be out west. Weather's going to be great. It's not going to be anything crazy. It's going to be good conditions. It's close to Seattle, so you got to think, Seattle's there's going to be a good representation for them. I mean, what's your thoughts?
No, Seattle's going to kill them to death inside of 2 quarters. I think that it's going to be an ass kick and an epic proportion. Like, this is the weakest Super Bowl team I've seen in a long time.
Yeah,
New England.
But they got there.
They got there. Oh, they got there. Give them credit.
They did. I mean, that's what I say. You can't hate that they had the easiest schedule in NFL history. I mean,
besides the Eagles,
the path to the playoffs. I mean, C.J. Stroud, Stidham, and Herbert was a path. I mean, but you create your own luck. You create your own luck, and you got to win those games. So I don't hate them for that. It's just it just really cements what the NFL is. You got to be good, but you got to be lucky. And you got to get healthy. And if you have those kind of 3 things working in your favor, and you got an opportunity. And I think Seattle, I mean, their receivers are unbelievable. Yeah. The running back has been vicious. The quarterback's always been the question. And Darnold, I mean, everyone was waiting for him to do a screw up in that Rams game, and it didn't happen. The Rams hit them, they hit back. The Rams hit them, they hit back. They countered everything that the Rams did, stayed with the lead, and ended up winning the game that a lot of people didn't think that Seattle was going to be able to pull off because they thought Rams had a better quarterback and Rams had a better coach.
And the turnover did them in. That's what I'm saying. But New England's traveling coast to coast. Remember what I told you?
That's true. Yeah. Got to keep that in account for Uncle Cheech. I know 30th anniversary. We don't want to talk about that with the Cowboys. We don't like to talk. We're trying to stay positive. And so we're going to cry later. We're going to cry later. But Uncle Cheech, real quick, what are the keys, or what do people, should they bet now? Should they kind of wait and let the number ride? I mean, kind of work itself out. I mean, what are you thinking of how would you approach this from a betting standpoint?
Betting, I'd wait and
wait
see
it out
which way the play is going. You might have, if the points rise, you might want to take a shot. I mean, 5.5. I thought they'd be at least 7.
I did too. I thought double digits, to be honest.
But I'd wait and see. I'd wait till next weekend at least.
Yeah,
and see which way the bettors are going.
Yeah.
Because, they're pretty good out there predicting them point spreads, usually.
Yeah. What do you say, Jimmy?
I mean, I agree. Look, anything Uncle Cheech says about betting, I'm going to go with. But, I guess you see how it plays out. I think that whatever the spread, Seattle's going to cover it.
I do too.
But it gets back. I want to talk about New England real quick. It gets back to what we say all the time. Just get in the playoffs. Just get in the damn playoffs, and then you never know what's going to happen. We always say that. Yeah. And New England took advantage of that.
Yeah, they got there.
Yeah, they did.
Like it or not, I don't care. 1 point or 100. Don't make no difference.
It's a little bit of this, and then he's going to get to that. You know how it is. You know how it is, Uncle Cheech. You've been in that. You've been in those situations.
I know it's cold as hell up here.
It is cold. Say thank you.
That's why I'm in my T-shirt. I got my heat on about 80 degrees in the house. I can't take the cold.
Uncle Cheech is a high roller. He turns his heat on.
Yeah, he probably had the luxury. When I was a kid growing up, I had 2 brothers, in the household, and my old man used to, hey, what do we work for, Con Ed? He'd slap us around if we touch the thermostat, if we leave a crack window open, whatever it was. So it's been embedded in my brain. No heat. You put up blankets, he used to say. You get more blankets. That's how you
blankets, more blankets.
Well, it was funny because I think it was last Friday, Camel Piper and his brother and the girls and the kids were over, and everybody was leaving, and the doors open, taking forever for everybody to leave. And what are we doing? He in the neighborhood? And he turns around, he says, "You sound like an old man now." Like, really? I don't want to heat the damn neighborhood. I don't care how old I am.
No, well, that's what it is now. But hey, why we got you, Uncle Cheech? We're kind of going around some NFL stuff, so maybe get your expert opinion, get your thoughts. There's a lot of coaching moves. Mike McCarthy to the Steelers. I don't think that was a big surprise after, there were some reports. We're going to get into that. One that surprised me, Joe Brady getting promoted as the offensive coordinator from Bills. So usually, like, what I was thinking is they're going to fire McDermott and make a big change, bring in a new guy, bring in a new look, almost like Dungy Gruden. That's the way I looked at their situation. Maybe they capped out, but they're keeping things the same. I mean, should they have made this coaching move? And then, Jimmy, I want your expert opinion. Being in the heartland, you got to share your thoughts. But Uncle Cheech, what do you think of these coaching moves that you're seeing this week on the head coaching level?
Whatever. You got to have the players, and like I said in Buffalo, if they don't change everything, just changing the head coaching to make that much difference. If you don't bring in new blood, got to bring in new blood. Other than that.
I don't disagree. Thank you for that. I mean, just expert commentary.
I don't follow all the individual players and coaches like you guys do.
No, you know what though? No, I'll say, look, because obviously
you got to change. You got to change the whole system if you want to change.
I mean, you guys know that I know a lot.
I don't want to change. I like who I am.
He likes who he is, Uncle Cheech. I know a lot of Buffalo fans. Between family and friends, and it's a dud. It's like silence.
It's gotta be.
They don't care. And personally, I think it's stupid. There's no difference moving forward between your offensive coordinator and your head coach. Like Uncle Cheech said, like Mike Tag said, they should have cleaned house. And everybody I know, it's like I said, it's a dud. Like, oh, okay. Kind of like the Super Bowl. It's a dud.
That owner knew what he was getting into. The GM knew what he was getting into. I say, let him fail. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I think the McCarthy hire I liked. I know there's some say emotional press conference. He's a Pittsburgh guy. It surprises me because typically you get the Steelers like a young guy, right? Noel was young, Cowher was young. They went with that young coach. I've got him. My memories. Tomlin was young. God, I'm forgetting everything. That was a surprise. It was a curveball. So I think he's patchwork. And I don't know if they're just trying to get Rodgers back for one more year and thinking, all right, maybe we'll get some continuity and bring McCarthy in. So I don't think it's a long-term solution for Pittsburgh. He's in his early 60s. By the time they get rolling, they need a little bit of an overhaul. He may be gone by then. He won't be there long. Yeah, it'll be short term. But the other one that was interesting to me, and I love it, it's not a head coaching hire, and we're going to get into the Browns and Phillies. Nobody wants that job to be an offensive coordinator. But Brian Daboll going to Tennessee with Cam Ward, our beloved Miami Hurricane. I think this is a great move for that organization. As long as they're willing to put some money into the organization and get some players and get some talent. Daboll did a great job in Buffalo. He did a really good job with Daniel Jones. Jackson Dart, it was too early to kind of get going, but I like that hire. Uncle Cheech being a Miami Golden donor and all that kind of good stuff. I mean, heavy ties to the program. They got to feel pretty good inside, at least if you're a Hurricane fan. If you love Cam Ward, this got to be a pretty good hire for him. What do you think?
Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
But like you said, the team's got to spend some money. He can't do it alone. Give him some help. I don't care who the hell you put back there.
Yeah, you got to get someone back there. Jimmy, thoughts with Daboll, but also the Philadelphia. People aren't wanting this job as offensive coordinator. And is it the coach? Is it the quarterback? Is it the talent around? I mean, what is stopping the Eagles from getting themselves an offensive coordinator? Because no one seems to want the job.
Well, I'll start out with Daboll. You know what? Yes. Even he had Jackson Dart progressing well. Then they lost their running back. Look, they're probably a 3-4 game swing. with the exception of some bad clock management and some bad calls by Dable. But the development of the quarterback, now he's got Cam Ward. I think it's a home run fit. And as far as Philly, I mean, first of all, who the hell wants to live in Philly? It's a sewer. It's a dump. It stinks.
That's what I say.
Got to look over your back at all times. And then furthermore, you got A.J. Brown, who's a head case. You got Jalen Hurts, who we've talked about it. Look, he's got hardware, but he's Trent Dilfer.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong.
I don't think they can. I don't think
they cannot.
I don't think they can. So, yeah. Some people again, when does it become about Josh Allen like it is about Dak? I agree. He gets a pass. He's a media darling. It's just I don't, I don't think he should get the blame, but I don't think Dak should get all the blame either. They deserve their share. I mean, everyone a fair share, right? Is that what we're in the world today? Everyone a fair share. Once you pay your fair share, they got to get their fair share of criticism. That's it. But you cannot put it all on one. But you just saw a quarterback throw for 80 yards. 10 for 21 passing, and he took his team to the Super Bowl. If you want to say he led his team, that don't happen. I mean, it is a team effort. It's got to look at who you played against and look at your defense. But that's why I say it's all horseshit. The quarterback gets too much blame, gets too much credit. You win with good defense, strong running game. That is the basics, Jimmy. We talked about it with the Eric Rett situation back here in Tampa. Every good building block to a pass, you got to have a strong running game. Am I wrong?
You're absolutely right. And Uncle Cheech will attest to that.
Oh, yeah. We got to run the ball.
It sets up the pass offense and all that.
The Hurricanes got hot in the playoffs. Why? Fletcher, they unleashed him 30 carries a game, and he's running for 150, 170 yards. The defense just lit him up. That's how you do it.
What cost him the game? The turnover.
And getting a little crazy.
Can I chime in on that Josh Allen comment that we had as far as Dak?
Please.
So at the end of the day, and I've said it all year, and I got laughed at a few times, and people saying I'm crazy. Josh Allen has immature moments. He makes poor decisions. And I told you, I think it was week 12, third quarter of the season. I said, he's making some mistakes. And then the few games leading into the playoffs, he started playing better again. But guess what? That game against New England was horrible. He made some real, was it Denver? Denver was horrible. I mean, especially he's running the ball, holding out like this, loses it. That's a 10-point swing at the end of the half.
Yeah.
Poor, immature decision-making.
Absolutely. So
he's a turnover machine.
The proof is in the pudding, as they say. So,
I mean, but he's forcing plays because he doesn't have a lot of talent around him. But you still gotta protect the ball.
You gotta have smarts, Jimmy.
Yeah, that's right.
Gotta have smarts. So,
Uncle
Cheech, we will have Uncle Cheech. He may join us on a Sunday show if we're breaking down more of the game. If not, he will be back on next week, and then we are doing a Super Bowl extravaganza pregame show on Sunday for a few hours. Might get a whole crew in here and just mix it up. And I know Uncle Cheech will be there to give you the up to the minute betting situation. If you're one of these guys that want to wait to the last minute, you tune in on that Sunday before the game. Uncle Cheech will be here, and he'll get you right. Might even get Chichadil in here. Maybe he'll come in here too and break it down and give you another opinion. So, Uncle Cheech, we appreciate you coming in on a cold week in Florida and a cold week across the country. So definitely appreciate it.
All right, guys.
Grazie. Zio Cheech, grazie.
Take care.
Hey, in the interest of your coat, let's just round out the prior conversation because Vince is saying
no, please.
It's 11 below Celsius. I'm assuming it's about 9 below Celsius here where I'm at. But it's hot as shit in Vancouver for this time of the year.
But you guys gotta understand. I live in Florida. This is not normal. My blood isn't made. I'm not made for this kind of temperature. It is in the 40s here. It is cold. We're not set up for this kind of lifestyle. My daughter was at the beach. She came down to visit for the weekend. She's on the beach on Saturday. It was 80 something degrees. And now it's 40 degrees 2 days later. This is not the way it's supposed to work out, Jimmy. That's not what I signed up for moving to Florida.
This is below you and the wife's standards. And you know what? It's going to be colder for you guys this weekend.
It's going to be in the 30s. Could be in the 20s in some areas.
God,
it's not right. It's not right. It's not the way it's supposed to be.
I feel badly for you, but you might have to break down and turn the heat on this weekend.
Thank you. What did you now? Joe Lombardi got fired after 3 seasons in Denver. He's the fall guy for their offense, so they fired their offensive coordinator. Oh, Dallas. See, he lives in Florida. What part of Florida do you live in? Dallas Sports. Where I got it.
Dallas Sport. Where you at? What
where
town?
are we at in
city?
Florida? It's a big state.
So
it's a big state. I don't want to tell me you're in Pensacola. That's like in Alabama. I need to know where you're at.
It's far away. So just a few to round out. The Cowboys defense last 6 years, Count Christo is more shocked. Team can win with only 10 points.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with that.
Oh, I agree too. Yeah.
In the championship game, give me a break.
No, when you got the backup and everything like that, it definitely makes a difference. But I gotta say, I did a Tallahassee. All right, Seminoles. Ugh. Are you a Seminoles fan?
Man.
Is he a Seminoles fan? Now Tallahassee's north. It's cold up there. My daughter goes to school up in Valdosta, so just across the border. And
that's cold.
I mean, I know it's cold as hell there. So
it snows there, man.
They might get snow next week.
Yeah, probably not like us.
They talked about snow flurries in Tampa next week.
Really?
You understand what I just said, Jimmy?
Probably not enough to build.
I say that clearly. Snow flurries.
No snowman. You ain't got enough to build a snowman.
No snow.
It'll look nice. It'll look all pretty outside for you.
Yeah. I'm not looking at Kyle Pitts.
No, you know what? Okay, I'm glad Steve brought, because actually he was on, and I don't mean to interrupt you, Mike, but
no, go ahead.
Kyle Pitts was on a podcast yesterday, I think it was, and he was saying he's all hype about Stefanski coming in because under his offense, that guy really targets the tight ends. The new coach.
Well, Njoku had great years. Put up some good years in Cleveland. I mean, the Cowboys, their money's tied up, and if they want George Pickens, I mean, they're going to have to stick with what they got on offense, which I think is enough. What did he say?
No, don't be making snow flurry, boy. No, but you know what, Pitts? I mean, we're gonna have to pay him. We're gonna have to find some money to pay him, but I think we will. Especially, I haven't seen him this hype in a long time.
I mean, how much does he deserve? He don't deserve to be the highest paid tight end or anything like that.
He doesn't, but he deserves money. I mean, he's gotten screwed over. Look when we utilized him the last 6 games of the year. He actually he was killing it the last 6 games of the year because we were targeting him. And we got to check it out. We'd have to check it out. But more importantly, while we got a quick break before we change gears, make sure you hit that like, subscribe. I'm seeing a bunch of people starting to come in. We hit almost 5,400 subscribers, Jimmy. Isn't that pretty cool? Pretty cool. Great.
We have really getting close to 700 in the last month. So, I mean, there's just been a avalanche. I don't know if misery loves company, Jimmy. I mean, our teams stink. Is that what happens? Hey, everyone's here to feel good about themselves because we're miserable, or we're the optimistic fan. This is our year. Is that the way? Should we start that off? I don't know what it is that people like, but I dig it. I appreciate it. Love the support. The way you can always support the channel is tell a friend. You can share it.
Yes.
Always hit the thumbs up. People finally listen and hit the thumbs up, and we had a ton of likes. We had a ton of people on our Sunday show. It's still gaining a lot of views, so it's getting more attention. So that's why the likes are so important. You don't have to, even if you don't like us, just hit the thumbs up anyway. But it doesn't cost you anything. So it's just really easy to do. Just down below, hit that thumbs up, and you're there.
You know what it is? I think it's our handsome faces. That's what I'm beginning. People like looking at us.
It could. Right? I wouldn't argue that, but definitely supporting the cave. We appreciate it. Florida A&M. Yeah. I tell you what, Miami plays A&M all the time, and you know this, my man. The best band in the business, right there. And we used to have. I grew up in Fort Lauderdale. You did too, and it was the Soul Bowl. And remember,
that's right.
We used to have that down in Fort Lauderdale with some of the teams, and the bands would come in, and it was awesome. It was awesome. Some good games down there. So, switching gears on NFL, we're still talking NFL.
Yeah. And can I just lend something? Because I think, and I don't know where you're going right now, but we're going to lose Tyler Algier. He's an RB1 in half of the NFL.
Yeah.
We're not going to be able to afford him. Plus he look at Bijan's ahead of him. He knows he's not getting a whole lot of time. If I'm you guys, if I'm Dallas, I'm trying to get him on my squad. He is a home run.
Yeah. And we'll get into the Cowboys stuff in a minute, and we can talk about the Pickens for sure. I don't know if it's going to get messy. I think the Cowboys are just operating a different way right now, but we'll see. It's a lot of money, so it's not going to be let's sign him and go. I mean, they're going to have to redo some contracts. You're going to have to finagle stuff around. You're going to have two receivers making $30 million plus a year. So they're going to have to maneuver some contracts around. They can do it. They got the capital. They just got to maneuver some stuff around. But what I wanted to talk about was just really, and I put a tweet out about it, is just the end of Pro Bowl recognition. And I understand they don't have the Pro Bowl game anymore. But now with these replacements, and I don't understand why you need replacements. You're playing flag football, like in some games and stuff or whatever. But if you're gonna have Shedeur Sanders, no disrespect to him, I think he's a young prospect and he'll get it going. But he played like 7 games and he had 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and he has been named to the Pro Bowl. So if he gets Pro Bowl on his stats as a one-time Pro Bowl, you got to be kidding me. Is that the way it works now? Is this what we're doing? I mean, they shouldn't even have the Pro Bowl anymore. They should just have the all-pro team, make an all-star festivity, whatever they want to call it, and that's it. And that, I mean, this is ridiculous.
It is. They've tried so many little things, tinkering with this and screwing with it and all the flag football now. And remember back in the day, it was fun. Remember we used to watch the Pro Bowl game? It was a good time and players tried, right?
Yes.
This is and again, I don't dislike Shedeur Sanders, and hopefully he has a bright future. I think, honestly, they're throwing him in there because they know it's going to get eyes on the freaking product.
Oh, no, it's all for it's all for, and it's fine, though, because people like him. He's a young, uprising, rising up quarterback, whatever. I don't have an issue with it, but it's like, I mean, are we being serious with this, or is this? I mean, I just don't. I don't get it. I don't understand what the why he's on the Pro Bowl team. I don't know.
And he slightly edged out Milton, right?
Maybe he did. Maybe Milton was the other one. But I'm like, I don't know. It caught me off guard because it's like, this is an all-star game. And like I said, we'll see if it's not deemed a Pro Bowl year, because back in the day, they'd have 80% of the league in the Pro Bowl because they had all these guys opt out on their stat sheet. They'd say they're a Pro Bowler. As long as they're not messing with that, I guess I could deal with it. It's not my problem, but I don't know. It just doesn't sit right with me for whatever reason.
It's silly. Who are the other quarterbacks? Do we know who the other quarterbacks are? Because I think it's crazy.
I forgot who. In the AFC,
Kirk Cousins should be in there if Shedeur Sanders.
This would be he replaced May, so it's an AFC guy. Yeah, I don't even look at the Pro Bowl. And then Kevontae Turpin is a Pro Bowler, and I'm like, did we watch the same teams that I watched? I mean, it's a Pro Bowl dunk away from being a circus. They should just do that. They should do the skills competition.
I like that.
Do you remember back in the day when they did the skills competition? They had the race, the dash. Yep. They did the kayaking. That was in the Bahamas. I think in Atlantis they did the kayak race, and they did all the volleyball and the lifting and all that. I mean,
that was fun.
But yeah, Turpin's not a Pro Bowl. I mean, are you going to put Pro Bowl next to his name this year? I mean, let's just be honest.
Not this year. No. Punt, pass, and kick competition. Yeah. Right. Look. Right. I mean, that's the thing. So, I don't know what that is. Sorry.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
I don't know what that is.
No, neither do I.
Oh, that's on. We started going on Twitch just for the hell of it. So that's probably a Twitch comment to say, yeah, I don't know. Someone said just put your stuff on Twitch too. So I did. I probably don't have any views or anything on it, but if it's free to do it, I'm like, hey, I'll stream on anything. What the hell do I care? Ain't no shame in my game. I will say for Dallas, you've probably hopefully you've been a long time subscriber and watched some of our shows. We had Ed Too Tall Jones in here. 1,000%. I think I did a video on he should be in the Hall of Fame. Harvey Martin, I couldn't agree more. And then Darren Woodson, absolutely. Everson Walls. I learned that Bill Parcells lobbies for Darren Woodson and Everson Walls every year. So hopefully both of those guys deserve to get in. And what's up, Steve?
Thank you, Steve.
Appreciate you hanging out with us. as you're getting off to work and handling that business. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on around the NFL.
I mean, what
anything
do you think,
else? And then we'll wrap up with one other topic.
Yeah, and what do you think the viewership is for the Pro Bowl? I mean, how many people
None.
are really? I haven't watched it in several years. I think
flag football. No one's
flag
gonna
football. Nobody cares. I mean,
No.
I don't know. It's
They
kind
do
of
bombardment. They got a bombardment game.
The bombardment
dodgeball. You know what I mean?
That's more competition than the flag football.
They might do capture the flag.
Capture the flag.
You know, they're going to do all these different competitions they'll do.
Yes.
You know, what other games did we play as kids that were good? Trying to think.
Those were the best. Bombardment was the best. Yeah, but
bombardment. If you remember, Jimmy, we played, and you might have been there when we were at Lakes in Summer Rec.
The rec center.
And
yeah.
Fish was, our friend Fish was there. You know, Danny, my brother, would go there. We'd all go there, and you'd be in where the basketball. They had that, you know, the cover. And we would do bombardment, man. Put that pin on either side, and it was a blast, man. We used to have a great time.
And when you got hit with that ball, that hurt.
Yeah, that was those rubber, not like
rubber.
a soft, like the foam. It was the rubber, like a basketball, but that thin rubber, right? Something like that.
And it stung. Like it hurt and it stung at the same time. Especially you got hit in the face, like
Oh yeah,
that shit hurt a lot. But it was a lot of fun and made us into the men we are today.
Absolutely. And I got to give a shout out too to Asante Samuel. He's from Lauderdale Lakes, Lauderhill area. You know, went to I think he went to BA. Maybe I'm wrong. I know he went to Lauderhill Middle. I thought he went to BA. We know the other name. We don't want to get in trouble. Bijan got in trouble for that, but we did play that too. And but him and Uncle Luke got in a very great Twitter battle beef.
Really?
And Uncle Luke seems to have issue with our Hurricanes. He's a Hurricane fan, but he has an issue with Kevin Beard, who's our receivers coach, who's on our national championship team in 2001. And maybe because, Uncle Luke, believe it or not, he was a high school football coach down in South Florida.
Didn't know that.
And I guess they got in this beef, man. You got to go. If you want to enjoy yourself, go check it out and then watch the videos from both of them. But it just brought back memories because Asante Samuel said, look, I ain't from Miramar. I'm not from Coral Springs. I'm not from Pompano. I'm from Lauderhill. I went to Lauderhill Middle, and I was like, dude, we played. That was our Little League and all that stuff was there. So it was kind of funny.
Little League. That's
right.
Take it easy. So when was that? That was on X just today or yesterday?
It was over. It's been over the last few days, but you can just Asante Samuel. He's great. He's a great follow. His podcast is great. I did reach out to him one time. It's like, man, we're Lauderdale Lakes, man, right here. BA. I went to Lakes Middle and all that, and tried to see if I can get him on the show, but he hasn't never responded. So maybe now that we're getting our subscribers up, we're getting more legitimate. But I am working on some former players that are going to come into the cave. Get that going in the off season again. Is a lot of fun. So we definitely got to do that again.
Are you still working on Tony Casillas?
I am, and it's weird. He's like in and then out, and then he kind of shunned me. So I'm going to try again now that the season kind of winds down, maybe Super Bowl week or something like that, and see if I can get him back in. He said he was down, and then is like he gave me the Heisman. It's disappointed in him. I like Tony Casillas.
I like that guy.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. But wrapping it up with some Cowboy stuff. It's not a ton of overwhelming news, but I like what the Cowboys are doing. They're really kind of getting an overhaul to their defense. Let a lot of guys go. I know White Cotton. It looks like he'd get defensive coordinator job. He's interviewing elsewhere. So I think it's a clean slate. It's different. It's different than what the Bills philosophy was, which I don't understand why you get rid of the head coach to promote the offensive coordinator and leave everything the same. But I like what the Cowboys are doing, looking at the guy from Minnesota, looking at the secondary guy from Philadelphia, people that he's familiar with, that Parker's familiar with, but all new faces from good defenses, top defenses in the NFL. I like what I'm seeing so far from this team. Now, it's going to be interesting to see with the draft how do you put the pieces together? Are they going to make sure through free agency and through the draft that they're going to give him the tools and the pieces together? It's the same thing, let's say, with Atlanta. You get a new coach, or they got to allow him to put his imprint on the team. So I do like what they're doing. Yeah, special team coach, I'd get rid of him. I don't know why they kept him.
No,
but I mean, you could say the kicker, I guess, but I don't like what they did on punt coverage or any of that other stuff. Sorry, Jimmy. No,
I was going to say, I mean, but like you said, I'm glad with the new coach, because remember we talked about this. We retained Jeff Ulbrich as the DC. I mean, now to me that was huge, because we got the the draft picks we got. Actually, Xavier Watts was a hell of a draft pick too. He's a third round, and the defense is bought in. We did really well last year, and you don't want to make any moves. So I was really hyped that they retained him. Yeah.
No, I agree. I agree. I think what the worst thing you can do with coaches is not give them what they need, give them the tools to be successful. You've got to do that. And I'm going to be honest with you. That's been the problem in Dallas, is they get these coaches that they're close to, and then they're like, here's our guys, go ahead. Now you got to conform your system to the core talent that you have. I mean, you're not going to go get rid of Quinnen Williams. You're not going to go get rid of Overshown. You're not going to go get rid of, Osa. You're not going to go get rid of Eazy-E. That's your core guys. Bland, that's your core guys. So you got to, work your scheme to maximize their skill set, but you got to bring in some pieces that can help the meat and potatoes of that defense to give Parker what he needs to be successful. That's what they got to do. So hopefully when I talk about the Cowboys, I'll have hope, and I'll be optimistic when I see what they do in free agency, and then I see how this draft plays out. They got a great opportunity with 2 first-round picks to do something.
That's huge.
Impact guys. You guys did it last year. You got 2 impact starters on defense.
And we did it on the back end of the first round, right? Yeah. So like you said, you pick a couple of strong guys up on defense and in the draft, and then hit up free agency. 3 or 4 players, that's a huge difference, especially if they fit the scheme that, well, it's a catch-22, right? Your DC has a scheme, but in the same token, you got to mold it to the players around you.
Yeah. And, I was looking at, Stephen Jones said that they, the defense, they've got a lot of holes to fill. So between free agency and the draft, there's going to be a lot of resources to make that defense better. So it sounds like they're committing to get this thing right. Any chance we trade the 20th for a later, I would, if what they're looking for is, available and they think there's value, I wouldn't mind them trading down a little bit, only because they don't have a second and they don't have a third. So you're going your first 2 picks and you don't pick again until the 4th. Now they're going to get their comp picks. I don't know if that's been finalized yet. I don't think anything will be in a second or third round, to be honest with you. So they're going to have to maneuver some stuff to get in the second round. I'd love to see him move down a little bit, and if they could steal a 2 out of somebody, that would be great to get 3 guys within that, the first 2 rounds, because this draft has talent, but it's not really as top heavy. It's not as full of first round grades. I don't think there's a lot of whatever they call that, first round, whatever it means, but I think there's a lot of depth that they can get, especially on the defensive side of the ball in this draft. It's really good for defense and fixing what we got.
Now, would you guys, in your opinion, would you trade one of those first rounders and your 4th rounder for a higher draft pick if the right personnel is there that you're looking for?
I mean, if the right guy is there, I mean, it'd have to be it. I don't know if looking at the draft and what they want, I don't think the right guy is enough to give up a 1 and more to move up your other one. I don't think that would be enough there for me. Now, if they want to do a future, I'm all for F the picks and trade away as much future as you can. But now, like this draft, I want to either gather picks in this draft. I don't want to trade nothing for a future next year. I want to trade, if I am, it's to maneuver and gather picks in this draft, because I mean, I don't have, as Apollo Creed, I don't have 10 years. I sure the hell don't have many more years of sitting here watching Dallas. When I'm watching my Canes building something and seeing them, that was such a great playoff run for them. It got me hungry hungry, as Eugene Lockhart says, for the Cowboys to make a playoff run. It's been too goddamn long. I apologize for that, but it's been too long. And I mean, it's ridiculous. But the feeling that I got with McCain's, it was so good. I can only imagine how great it'll be for the Cowboys.
Mike Tag apologized to all the friendly poo-poo who are listening.
I do.
So look at Cuts.
What is Cuts? What is Cuts talking about here? What have we got?
He said having players is cool, but it does come down to coaching.
Yes.
Let's get that right when we have some hope. And he's got a point. You got to have coaching. Yeah.
You got it.
I mean,
coaching is the key. I mean, you said, how does Vrabel, yeah, we talk about the schedule, you talk about whatever you want. They won 4 games last year.
Yes.
They won 4 games last year, and they are in the Super Bowl. Seattle, everyone said this is a rebuild, laughed at Tank Lawrence. This team ain't going nowhere. They're in the Super Bowl. Mike McDonald, I mean, good coaching. 2 years he has him in. Yeah. You saw what Ben Johnson did. Coaching matters in football more than any other sport in professional sports. Coaching matters in the NFL more than anything. And that is what the Cowboys, unfortunately, have been lacking the top coaches. I mean, that's just a reality since Parcells. And, they have got to get it right on both sides of the ball. They got to get it right.
And it's not only the schemes and what plays you're running, it's clock management. It's all these intangibles, right? You have to have a smart head coach.
No,
and if you have coordinators that buy into the philosophy, you have to have that.
Yeah, and the players in the system. I mean, it all goes hand in hand. I do want to give a public service announcement. Our main man Kelly K9 has been suspended from X Twitter again. For they accuse him of not moral turpitude, not mopery, but they have accused him of having a fake account. So he's appealing it, and this goes back to him clicking to vote for someone out of the kindness of his heart for a podcast of the year. Why he did that, I have no idea, but Kelly's a good guy. So if you need to find him, I think it's is it Kelly K9 Guns Up or Kelly's something like that. Make sure you can find him or just message me and I'll get you linked up with him. But he's trying to appeal it, but it's I feel bad for Kelly.
That's where we got to get Uncle Cheech involved. From what I understand, he's buddies with Elon Musk. They're almost in the same bankroll level, the same income level.
Might.
So we got to hit up Uncle Cheech for that. Yeah.
Well, hopefully it gets worked out for him. Because, I mean, people love having followers and being able to interact with everyone. And this was he didn't do anything bad.
No. For once.
Who said that? Was that Count or Vince? Vince, he didn't do anything bad. It was they accused him of faking an account. And I think this one account was doing cryptocurrency. They stole all his credentials. They were giving great stock advice. I took advantage of it because I thought it was him. I said, if Kelly's good enough for Kelly, good enough for me, I'll throw some money in there. Didn't work out like I hoped, but I got my money back, thankfully. But so hopefully it gets right. But I feel bad for him because he's done a great job. He's one of my favorite follows on X. He's always funny. Sometimes I got to reel him in. That's why I thought maybe, what'd you do now? Who did you use some profanity and threaten with violence now on the Eagles side? But yeah.
No, you know what though? It does suck because there's times where you said, geez, all right, that one was warranted, but not this time. I mean, come on.
Yeah. And thank you. A lesson for you guys. And I've been through enough of cybersecurity and all that kind of stuff. Do not click any links, especially social media.
Yeah.
I rarely will respond to a DM unless I really 100% know who that person is. I don't really look at them that much. So never click any links on any social media on your computer. If you're looking at any adult stuff, which, hey, we're all human, be very careful on some of the stuff that you click. Be very careful with that kind of stuff. More importantly, clear the history. Because if you do have a spouse, if you do have someone and they kind of accidentally get into your phone, you don't want them seeing the history because of some of the websites that you've been going to. So be very careful with all of your social media and phone activity. That is a PSA. It doesn't cost you anything for that service. That's what you get from the Cowboys Cave. That's why you should subscribe.
Exactly.
hit that subscribe and like. I mean, that's free advice.
So we're like on RedTube, Ultra's on Grinder. You got to make sure that you get rid of the history. I agree with you.
Delete the history.
You got to have smarts.
Delete the history.
Yes,
yeah. And same thing if you're watching Netflix or you're watching any of that. They got some racy stuff on there. They got some racy stuff.
Really?
Oh. That's right. Internet rules
101.
Actually, I'll tell you this, but before we wrap, and Jimmy, I'm sure you've been through it with your job. We sometimes will get these speakers come in and they go through cybersecurity and what can be done on the internet. And the guy went through this whole process. And by the end, he said, isn't it something if I can find the passport of the most powerful woman in America, and like who's usually like the most powerful, like in America or the world, it's usually like first lady, right?
Yeah.
Well, this is when President Obama was in the White House. By the time the guy got done, he had her passport up in the internet is a vacuum of data. Anything that you put on the internet at some point in your life or someone did, it's there forever. You just have to know the back roads to go find it. So any of you guys did any, inappropriate pics trying to pick some chick up, it's in the internet somewhere. Now you might have deleted it. It's there. Anything, any movies that you guys made that you wanted to, show your friend, it's there. So I'm just telling you, the internet, don't ever post. And I tell my kids this, don't ever post anything on the internet that you don't want someone to see, because they can see it. And
I like the pizza. Oh, well, I did a Snapchat. It disappears. That shit don't disappear. Like you said, it's out there forever.
No.
Oh, these people
I watch enough Chicago PD. They go into their social media and they pull all that stuff. I know that stuff too. So yeah, you got to be very careful on the internet. I'm just giving
people,
you guys,
like you said, people recording themselves saying crazy things, putting it out there and losing their jobs.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you thinking to actually do that? Then like, okay, I'm going to post it. Your mind doesn't think at some point this is going to F me over. Come on.
Yeah.
Like you said,
they found, I don't know if you remember when Josh Allen got drafted, they found a video he posted as a kid, singing rap music, which we all did. Yeah. And it had bad words in it, this and that. And they deemed him anti-woman or whatever they called it. It was kind of near that, maybe in that that Me Too movement. And just singing a rap song, man. If I sang recited Two Live Crew and all that stuff, Cuts knows what I'm talking about. I mean, it'd be the end of the line.
Well, I remember, and that reminds me. So I remember the Walkmans that we had, right?
Yeah.
So I had the Walkman, and I had Easy Does It. Remember Easy's first album record? So I'm listening, and I left it on the table, and I went out, and I remember distinctly. I'm halfway up the block, and I'm like, should I get that? Nah, screw it. Mom gets a hold of it. Oh, let's see what Jimmy Dee's listening to. When Jimmy Dee got home, got smacked around a little bit
across the face.
I mean, and that was the song that was in the middle. Easy Does It, so you can only imagine what Mom was hearing.
Oh yeah.
She was a little offended.
Yeah, but that's the way it is. I mean, but it's just it's different times. But yeah, just be careful. Don't click on anything. I don't want to say. I mean, this happened to some high level people on Twitter. It wasn't just Kelly. This happened to a lot of high celebrities. It happened to sports people. I mean, this thing and it's. I still get messages probably every week that say, "Hey, vote for me." I got it from Micah Parsons' brother, Terrence Parsons, and I'm like, and then he must have got clicked with it because it happened to him. And so anyway, just keep an eye on it.
Well, just like nowadays, you'll even get text messages sometimes that are so convincing. Click here. Oh, your Bank of America, whatever is compromised. Click here to verify. You just know not to do it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You just got to be careful. That's all I can say. You got to be careful.
Okay, you know what, Cuts? I'll put that up. I'm proud of that. I'll put that up.
Oh yeah, exactly. Jimmy loved Barry Manilow. Remember Arsenio Hall? 45 days till Barry Manilow. Remember, he was all excited when he was coming on the show. They made this whole thing.
Hey, I seen him 7 times in person. 7.
Oh man. So, all right, man. Well, we're gonna wrap it up. It's getting about that time. We definitely appreciate the love. So, like I said, you guys, thank you. I can't thank you enough. I'm trying to find it one more time. Hit that subscribe, like, and share. We are getting, the channel is growing, and it doesn't, this doesn't happen with you guys, man. This is just fun. Like I said, we just want to have fun. The off season is going to be there. I know most of you guys are Cowboy fans who follow us. Of course, I love it. So we're going to get into a lot of Cowboy stuff. We're going to mock drafts. We're going to bring in some former players, do some interviews, kind of figure this thing out. Bring on more guests, more content creators of the Cowboys and some other programs as well. So it's going to be fun. So make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share. Appreciate everyone who supports the channel. Appreciate everyone who's part of the Cowboys Cave Army. We're going to be doing some more stuff with that, some giveaways. You guys can join. It just says join below if you guys want to do it.
That's a safe click. You could click that one. That's safe.
Yes. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's safe. That's a safe click. You can join that, and it supports the channel and the cost and everything that kind of goes with it. We do our Cowboys Cave tailgate party. Hopefully, you guys will all be able to make that. It's going to be a lot of fun. So thank you, everyone, for joining. We'll be back live on Thursday. Jimmy, any final words from you? What's going on?
Yeah, so I just wanted to say, I know we kind of talked about this last week, and I know we're Mondays. We're doing Tuesdays now. Remember, we're kind of going to be alternating weeks, so you might not see Mike Tag every week, but you might see Jimmy Dee every other week, or Kelly. I don't know how you're working that out, but
yeah. Well, I mean, and we'll probably be just a touch base. So Jimmy and I may do pre-recorded, like quick segments on stuff if there's a quick topic or maybe a mock draft that we want to do together, like a Falcon Cowboy one. So we're going to be doing content. It may not be as much live because there's only so much live you can talk about unless we find some and hot topics come up. So there may be some slow times, there may be some busy times, but just that's why you want to subscribe, because it's free. That's why you want to hit the thumbs up, to like the videos, because then it shows more in your stream and all that. And then hit the alert bell, because we may go live at a moment's notice too. Maybe last second something good happens. Hey, Jimmy, let's jump on, man. Let's just see what happens. So you guys, those are all the three things you want to do, but appreciate it. Thank you guys for everything. Jimmy, have a great evening. I'm going to go get my pajamas on, warm up, maybe start a fire. It's too cold here in Florida. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. You guys be safe, though. Definitely be safe out there. It's cold out.
Give me somebody that's hungry. Give me somebody that's hungry. I need somebody.